Okay, so this is Lab 4, Scientific Method, Osmosis and Mitosis, starting February 11th through the 18th. So this week we're going to do three things: scientific method, and that's a handout. And then we'll look at the cell membrane, its structure, and how to transport things across it. And we'll also look at osmosis, which is how water is transported across the cell membrane. And then we'll end up the lab looking at the cell cycle, which involves mitosis and cell division, so how you get two cells from one. And the scientific method, it's a handout. Cell membrane and transport and mitosis and cell division are in the book in Unit 5, Activities 3 and 4. And I realize this is kind of a mishmash of stuff this week, but all this is foundational to understanding what goes on in the body and how it all works. And this should be complementary to things that you're doing in lecture as well. The lab lecture video is about an hour and 20 minutes, so I didn't do too badly there, and I wasn't too talkative this week. Just a reminder, the lab is scheduled for 3 hours, and we would usually be in there for at least 2.5 hours doing the experiments, dissections, demonstrations, and whatnot. So when you look at the lecture and all the links I post, and you start feeling like it's a lot of stuff, it's really the same amount of stuff that we would have done in lab. In addition to that, obviously you have your study time and homework time, so you end up spending a lot more time than just 3 hours a week. Learning anatomy, and it really does take a lot of time to really learn it well and internalize it. I also wrote some commentary on the videos that I posted. Well, I recorded some commentary on the videos I posted. Hope it's all helpful to you in understanding the videos. And in the commentary that I wrote or recorded in a video, I try to point out things that were incorrect in some of those videos. So take a look at those things, because if you watch just the videos from Pearson, that kind of stuff, they aren't always correct. The activities that we're going to do in lab will be to watch the lecture video, then do the practice questions on Pearson, those assignments for Unit 5, Activities 3 and 4. And then there are several lab experiments. The first is understanding the scientific method. So read through that handout. The experiment in that involves holding your breath for various lengths of time and recording your pulse rate. You can use a radial pulse, or a common carotid pulse, either one. And it's a fun one to do to see what happens taking your pulse after you've held your breath for various lengths of time. It's also a fun one to do, like with kids and spouses, that kind of stuff. You can have a competition and see who can hold their breath the longest. Make sure you come up with a hypothesis before you start, and make sure you come up with results and a conclusion. Remember, a hypothesis is an if-then kind of statement. So if I do something, then I expect something else to happen. And then when you get your results, write them down on a sheet of paper and email them to me. Take a picture of them, email them to me, or just type them in an email, either way. And for fun and intellectual credit, 2 points. Send me a goofy picture of yourselves holding your breath, and I'll put those pictures together and make a collage, and I'll post that on the Momentum on the class page. Let's see, the second experiment is about mitosis, and there are 3 videos, and you also should look at the practice anatomy lab on Pearson. It's in the study area, and it's called PAL 3.1, I think. It's practice anatomy lab, and they have pictures in there of mitosis. And so familiarize yourself with those different stages of mitosis. The pictures are very similar to what are in your book, but they are a little more extensive online than they have in your book. The third experiment will be on osmosis and diffusion, and there's several videos to watch comparing and contrasting diffusion versus osmosis. Diffusion is movement of something from a higher concentration to a lower concentration. Osmosis is specifically about moving water from an area where there's higher concentration of water to an area where there's less concentration of water. So osmosis is specifically about water. The first of those videos are explaining the concepts. There's one on cell membrane structure and another video on cell membrane transport. Then there's a video on diffusion and one on osmosis. And then finally, there's one covering both diffusion and osmosis. Then there are 3 videos with experiments on osmosis. Don't worry, all of them are short videos, and you can get through all of them very, very quickly. So let's see, quiz 4 over lab 4 is available from February 11th through the 18th. And if you have any questions about anything, email me, text me, or call me, or I can Zoom with you. And other than that, have a great week. Bye. Oh, and happy Valentine's Day. Bye.